Oh yeah. Okay, we are recording, so let's get into it. Hey, my lovelies, how are you doing? Hope you're doing really nice. Yeah, I did some bit of book picking today. Let me see. Gravitational Fission of Planetary Surfaces, Mars and Earth by Alan O'Kelly, 1971 to 91. Maybe I'll list that for $100 or $200. You never know. I had another one in here. Oh, there it is. A 1934 first edition, Mickey Mouse in Giant Land. That's fun, but the spine's not very best condition, but that's rare as that one. That's funny looking Mickey Mouse in that. Anyway, guys, the purpose of the video is those pillars under Giza. And I have noticed, and I have to get this off my chest, there are so many people going in and saying, oh, it's fake because I looked at the tomography. I looked at the, because I'm an expert in my armchair, and I know that what they're saying it can't possibly be with that technology. All right, okay. What I'm saying is this can't possibly be, right? But these same people are never saying that Fourth Dynasty Khufu moved 1 million tons of rocks and couldn't have. They never say that. They say the technology can't possibly show that, but they never say Khufu can't possibly have built that. So when people say something, you got to look at the motives. These people never say Snefru didn't build 3 pyramids. If you ask these same people who are denying the scan, that's a strong word. I don't want to use that word. What word can I use? Who are disputing that scan, and they're saying that scan is of this massive thing under the pyramids is wrong. These same people never come up to me and say, Charlie, I don't believe that Snefru built 3 pyramids. No. So they're saying a Stone Age, Copper Age person called Snefru could build 3 giant pyramids, and yet an advanced, highly advanced civilization clearly could not have sunk those shafts. Why? Because we know that Snefru existed, so he had to have built it. Whether we like it or not, he must have built it because we don't seem to have an alternative in archaeology. I think he simply I think he simply modified 3 pyramids, put his name on them. People who tell me the evidence that Khufu built the pyramid always talk about the papyrus that's been found. But that merely, to me, shows that they were possibly repairing the pyramid at most. It doesn't indicate they were building the pyramid, simply taking stones there to repair it, because we know repairs were done to the Sphinx in the Old Kingdom. So these same people who say there can't possibly be things under the pyramid, in some ways, they're not accepting that this Copper Age civilization with only 2 million people in Egypt at the time moved all this rock. How? There is no machine that can move that rock. They had no trees, no rollers. We know that. These are old stories. These people are not looking at the fact that this had to have been an advanced civilization that built this, and everything indicates that. And I've been saying that without any hesitation at all, almost since I started this channel. I didn't start that way, but I shifted into that way, and some people didn't like it. And when people don't like it, they let you know. They say, Charlie, I don't like this. I'm leaving. I'm unsubscribing. And look, you can take your sub and the 0.00001 cents I earned from your comment, and you can shove it and rack off, because I don't need that, I don't care, because I have been reading for decades and decades and decades, and I know what's true. I know what the truth is, because I've correlated the contents of everything I've read, and I've come to a conclusion that everything was recently wiped out. And we were a civilization which had all this electricity, artworks, everything, for a long time, and this civilization was destroyed by a series of repeated catastrophes. In the Sumerian texts, they talk about 5 floods. 5. This was simplified. Genesis is a highly simplified version of the Sumerian and the Babylonian texts. So you can look into that. You can look at the Babylonian stories of creation. They explain a lot more indeed. And Ea is a very different person. When I read the Indian texts the first time, I saw immediately that these people who lived before, they were probably the long skulls. They keep finding their skeletons all over Eastern Europe, possibly ancestors of the Slavs. These were the gods or the demigods of Greek mythology. So you didn't necessarily need a high, massive population of people if you had a very intelligent population of high priests directing everything and inventing everything. The people who say that these pillars under the pyramid are not true fail to explain where the imperial system came from. The imperial system and the existence of the imperial system is the biggest ancient mystery of all and the biggest piece of evidence we have of an advanced civilization in the past, because this imperial system was devised somehow by correlating all the sciences of the world into a system where the units are the average of everything, and they can be extrapolated outwards to unfold all the knowledges and all the branches of knowledge. And I'm finding that more and more in my own research. Orbital speed of the Earth, distance of Earth to Sun, everything, it's all in the imperial system. Did the 4th dynasty do this? That's a big question. It depends how far you want to go. Because do you want to say the speed of light is encoded in the pyramid or not? And if you don't want to go there, if you do want to go there, it wasn't 4th dynasty. If you don't want to go that far, you can still argue, yes, it's possible the 4th dynasty incorporated all these imperial units into the Great Pyramid. Anyway, guys. I've ranted and raved, but like when I read those Indian texts, I knew immediately that there's been a great civilization that's been wiped out. Because when you read those texts, especially book 2 of the Mahabharata, the full version, I'm not talking about the book, I'm talking about the shelf, the full version, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see that survives directly from that lost civilization, 100%, without a doubt. So those pillars under the pyramid, I think they're likely to be true. These people investigating it have done more investigation using that technique than anyone else has done who has not used it, and which is pretty much everyone disagreeing with it. So thank you very much. That's my opinion. Put your opinion below. I'm very strongly opinionated about this. So I hope you've enjoyed my ranting and raving in this video. Cheerio. Oh,